ice, Gatorade, all that stuff we pay for out of the riders' entry fees. And then once all our bills are paid, we donate approximately 50% of what's left over. And the largest donation we do is to the Italy School District. Okay? Who wants to take this? If you'll come down here. Since the principal's not here, I have a check here made out to the Italy's high school for $2,500. Yeah, along those same lines, I have we have some other people we want to recognize. This is Lee Joffrey.
He'll be here shortly.
He'll be here shortly. That's principal. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll just hold his. Let's see who this is for. This is Judy's. Judi, you have to come up here. This is for teamwork and contribution for what she does. If y'all don't know, Judi doesn't ride bicycles. She rides a motorcycle, but she comes to all of our meetings that have to do with TDI. She is our contact person down here. She arranged the meeting for us to come here. She works between us and the school district. She's basically our liaison between the school district and us. And she has been a great help. She goes out and mows some of the rest stop areas with some of the members. I hear she recruits them and gets them to go out and help them mow, so that we don't have to drive 50 miles down here to mow them. So that's really a great help. You would be surprised at what little things like that are a great help to us, especially when you're out there doing something as you think is, maybe not important, as mowing and killing the ants that are out there. So when these guys step off their bikes, it's a good place. Thank you.
No, but Judi, I'm holding back her motorcycle.
But he has been a champion for us. He's one of the guys that we've called on that when we need stuff, and he seems to help us get things done, get people lined up. We work with the coaches and everything. They provide breakfast. They provide a supper. A lot of you people may not realize this, but the Friday night before the ride, we actually have people camping out all over the place. They bring their tents and set up tents. They went through and got it with the principal and got it okay for us to use the showers and the bathrooms, and we actually stay on campus the night before, a lot of us, and then so we can start riding at 7:30, or we actually start about 5 o'clock in the morning, but the riders start getting here as early as 6 and start signing in, getting ready to ride at 8.
Ride a horse.
But I understand you helped get our rest stops ready and prepared. Our Judi was cracking the whip at you. But yeah, as you can see, just a few people that have helped us here. There's hundreds behind the scenes. And we couldn't do it without the support of the council and the school board and stuff, and and the superintendent and y'all, because y'all are what makes it all happen for us. And we do this for the kids, just like y'all do. Introduce us as who we are. I am the current president of Lone Star Cyclists, and this lady next to me is Tate McGennis. She is the tour director that actually. She actually is the one that sets all this up, lines up all the people, gets all the help, and makes sure everything gets done. So she actually works more with them than I do, and she reports back to our board on what she needs and what she's doing. But she will be the tour director again this year also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Having said that, overall, they look really good. Lee, if there's anything you want to add beyond what's written here, feel free. The board may have thoughts or questions.
One of the things that I didn't figure up already, but it's not on your report, I sent an email about it later. We had a 90% passing rate for 90% of our students passed all of their classes, We had 13% of our students make A honor roll, and 34% of our students made A B honor roll. Those weren't included in the report as originally created.
Look at the subjects and the number of students failing. Science really jumps off this paper does.
Yes, sir.
What are your comments about that? First off, what do you attribute it to? And second, what are we doing to correct it?
I attribute it to a higher level of rigor and responsibility for the students that they haven't been used to with their previous science teachers. And I think that what we're going to be doing is continuing what we are doing, asking the kids to keep trucking it. You know, we don't want a high failure rate there. That's pretty close to about 8 or 10% of our kids. We're still going to offer the ZAP for the kids to make up work that they don't get done. Before school, after school tutoring. Each of our teachers has their tutoring schedule posted on their door right outside in the hallway.
Are they taking advantage of it?
Some of them are. Yes, sir. Some of them are. The ones that aren't are listed here.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
So you got 21 that aren't?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And one of the things I asked the teachers, to do is when they have a student that's going to fail for the 6 weeks, I asked them to fill out a failure report, which explains the reason why they're failing. Call home before the parents get a report card. They get a call from the teacher explaining what's going on, and that worked out real receptive. So we're involving the parents, getting them to help us, but overwhelmingly it's the students aren't getting in their work in a timely fashion.
Well, we don't have a comparison to last year about math. I mean, just 6 people out of the number that are there. I guess these are grades 7 through 12.
Yes, sir.
But the 21, I mean, in science, I guess as everybody sees this, I mean, there's only 2 in English, 1 in social studies, 1 in art, 1 in technology applications, 1 in banking finance, 1 in graphic design, 6 in math, but 21 in science. Now, the STAR test is going to concentrate on science. And we certainly don't want to be teaching the test. But we're going to have an all-out effort on this, or it's going to really have a downfall when you look at
The A honor roll and the AB honor roll.
And the AB is a percentage as well.
That's correct, sir. So approximately 53% of well, if I'm looking at that correct, our 7th graders are making B's or above. And I do see that 21 students is a lot of students, but when you look at it, I believe the enrollment is 256. That's still less than 10% of our kids are failing the science course.
Am I reading this right, that 5 people that failed junior high band, is that correct?
Junior high.
they participate in junior high band and fail something other subject.
Can you ask that question again, sir?
Yes, sir.
He was wondering
Yes.
if you're reading it correct.
53 out of 58 passed. Right?
So
Yes.
it's 5 people.
53 out of 58 passed.
Pass.
Passed junior high band, correct?
Not just the band, that's all, that's their subjects.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
The bottom section is for kids that participate in extracurricular events.
Yeah.
Those are the number of kids that passed all their classes.
I understand.
So with the exception of the junior high band and junior high football, everybody participates in extracurricular activities here passed.
And FCC.
FCCLA.
FCCLA. Two.
That's correct, sir.
Athletic director's got a grade coach.
I didn't hear your question.
So the athletic director's got a grade coach?
Yeah, the athletic director's got people taking care of looking at grades.
Good. We hadn't had these numbers like this for a while.
But I do think that when you look at the extracurricular events, it is safe for us to assume that kids that are involved in events outside of school do well